Good afternoon. It's another beautiful sunny day here in eastern North Carolina. It's about 60 degrees out, so it's a little on the cool side. Today I'm finally going to get around to trimming up my boxwoods. Now, I'm doing this in December. It is cooling off, although later this week we're supposed to get to like 70, but I believe it's going to cool off probably more obviously as we get closer to January, etc., etc. So if I trim these back now, they shouldn't put on any really new growth until the springtime. And then from now until, let's say, late spring, they should look pretty nice as nice, trimmed hedges. And then in the springtime, they'll obviously start growing. And then by the summertime, they'll look like a mess again, like they do now. So I'm going to trim these up now. We'll do some fast forwarding, some fun music for you guys to listen to. And we'll then talk about this at the end. Yeah, there you go. It's going to be a boring video. Watch me trim my hedges. Now I'm no expert by far from hedge clipping, and I could use hedge trimmers, battery powered ones or electric ones, but I wanted to use the shears for a couple of reasons. One, a little more environmentally friendly. Two, I only have a few hedges to trim right now. Down the road, when I have hundreds and hundreds of feet of hedges like I'd like to have, I'll probably have electric ones at that point, because it's just too impractical to use these for hundreds of feet. But for the few that I have, for the few hedges that I have here in the front, they're fine. The other big thing is I want to, last December, I trimmed these back really hard, or as hard as I felt I could, because they were a little scraggly and I wanted them to get a lot of inner growth. So apparently if you trim them back hard, they will do that inner growth. This year I'm trying to go a little lighter, because I also want the guy to grow a little taller. And I've got a rough shape here, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to do the others now. The next one I'm going to do, as you can tell, is pretty rough. So this one I may go pretty hard on. Just again, I want him to get a little more inner growth. So let's whack away at this guy and see what happens. Okay, it's just the one left in the corner. That one's gonna be a little tricky because I have stakes denoting where the lilies are that I have planted, and I don't really want to mess up the stakes because I like to know where the lilies are, and I'm going to need the stakes there anyways to tie the lilies to. So I'll have to be a little careful about that one. This one, as you can see, it looks scraggly, it looks rough, but it is growing, it is putting on growth. So I think if I leave it for a few more years, it'll eventually look more like the first one. I hope so, at least. I'll go trim the corner one. Okay, so now these 3 front boxes are done. The one in the corner doesn't look so great, but it is putting on more growth, which is good. Hopefully it continues to grow. And the one next to it, again, very scraggly. But I'm hoping in a few more years it will also fill out. If you grow box and you're a bit of an expert, or feel like you're a bit of an expert, or just from personal experience, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and let me know what you feel about box and trimming box, and when's the best time to trim it, etc., etc. Any help will be appreciated. Let's do some cleanup, and then we'll get to the next 3. The next 2 bushes are on the other side of the front porch, And actually I should say 3 bushes. I already trimmed one up. I'm going to trim up these 2 now. And same process, I'm just going along with the shears, and I'm trying to get a roundish look to them. I'm trying not to take too much off because I don't want them to shrink, as it were. I want them to grow and fill out. This one right here is basically the size and the height that I want for all of the shrubs. I want it to be above the sort of foundation line, as it were, the foundation vinyl siding line. Gives a little, I think, height and depth. I'm not a gardening designing expert by far. And if you've been watching this channel, you probably already figured that out. But I'm going to give these 2 a trim, and then some more cleanup, and then we'll wrap this up. Like I said, very exciting video today. Now this one, I don't know if you could tell or not, but I got a little over aggressive with the trimming. So there's a lot of bare wood and older wood that's being exposed right now. Hopefully this all starts coming back in the spring and it'll start flushing out again, and then I'll just have to be careful again when I trim it next winter. If I do trim it next winter, maybe I'll give it a prune in the fall. We'll see. I have one more bush off camera I'm going to do. Cleanup, I'm not going to show you that because I think you've already been bored enough with this video. I want to do some cleanup and then we'll wrap this up. Okay, so a few hours of work and I got my hedges trimmed up, and actually the cleanup takes longer than trimming the hedges. If you grow boxwoods and you trim them up, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you do or don't do, hints, tips, etc. If you may have noticed also, these are more of amorphous blobs as opposed to nice beautiful spheres. Maybe with practice and time I can actually get these into spheres, because I would think I would like that, but for now they're sort of amorphous blobs. But like anything else, time and practice. That's going to wrap it up for today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Check out the links below if you haven't done that, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bye bye.